I recently needed a spinning table for an ad campaign I was filming, a really big one. Nothing existed on the market within our budget, so I built Moles, the mother of all lazy Susans. Here's how I did it. This all started with a rough prototype to make sure the idea would even work. Then I spent more time refining the design in CAD. We needed a perfectly round surface, so I used a router jig to cut plywood into 2 half circles. Next came sanding and finishing the surface. Old bearing sucked, got a new one, plus a big ass motor to spin it. I 3D printed a bunch of parts and started putting all these pieces together.
Oh, like a glove.
This is the gear that will connect the motor to the spinning surface. Version 1 needed some tweaks, so I designed another. At this point I thought things were really coming together. Here I am setting threaded inserts to connect 2 3D printed parts. It had to be designed in pieces to install it from the top surface without the gear getting in the way. This was the final step before I was able to connect the motor and test it for the first time.
Moment of truth.
First time with the motor.
Holy shit, that's fast.
Way too fast. The motor directly spinning the surface was not going to work, so I was back to the drawing board. How could I reduce the speed of the table? Finally, it occurred to me. I drove to my local bike shop and picked up some gears and a chain. And while I was out, made my 5th trip to the hardware store. With the clock ticking down, I was definitely feeling the pressure. There was still so much to do. More drilling, more measuring, more screwing, more trips to the hardware store, more... Ready or not, it was Mole's delivery day at the studio. Was this crazy project of ours that I just spent so much time on even going to work? Who friggin' betcha? There were a few imperfections and hiccups, but Moles performed wonderfully under pressure. We had an extremely productive shoot, and the client was stoked. A big thank you to everyone who was involved in this project, especially Lincoln, who I will let do the honors.
I believe that's a wrap.